folks. So welcome to week 7 of CIS110. We are transitioning into our final content block for the class. We're talking about Microsoft PowerPoint. Now, to set the stage for PowerPoint, I want you to understand why PowerPoint was a huge game changer when it came out. Understand that when people before PowerPoint wanted to give a presentation, they had to run with a slide projector. So that meant a couple things. One, you had to prepare the slides, which usually meant some kind of photography. You're literally creating a translucent image. That thing gets cased in plastic. Those have to be produced. Those have to come back. And they're not up to snuff. They have to be reproduced. Then you put your slides in a slide rack. You have to carry that with you. So, imagine that you're a college instructor and you have, let's say, 3 classes in the morning. And you have to go from room to room to room. You have to carry that slide rack, and you have to put it in the machine. Then at the end of the class, take it out, put it back in its carrying case, move on to the next one. Imagine if information changes. Let's say, we just had Excel. Let's say that numbers change, statistics change. You got to get those cells reproduced. You can't run with old material. We talked way earlier in this class about early computers, the fact that they ran on punch cards. And I said, kind of a joke that ran in those old films. You always had this technician, this person who's walking down the hall with a stack of punch cards, and they trip or they get tripped and they drop the cards and they've got to put everything back in order. Well, same thing with the slides. Imagine that our fictional professor drops the slide rack. The slides are scattered everywhere. You got to put them back into that rack in order. So I say all that because here comes PowerPoint. PowerPoint lets you do all of that digitally. So now you don't have to get pictures put into slides. You just take pictures from your computer and you put them on slides in PowerPoint. Statistics. Remember I said if a statistic gets updated, the slide has to be replaced. Now, open every file, change the slide, save it. Until cloud became a thing, you just had to carry a USB drive, a little thumb drive. You could take that PowerPoint presentation. So that's why PowerPoint became such a game changer. And the cool thing was, as PowerPoint evolved, transitions, effects, all these things where you can move between slides. Now, here's the danger of PowerPoint. And then we're going to kind of move on. There is something called death by PowerPoint. The rule is it's 8 by 8. No more than 8 lines and no more than 8 words per line. In other words, PowerPoint should be there to help you give a talk. It shouldn't give your talk for you. It shouldn't have all of your information encapsulated on it. So that's the big thing I want you to keep in mind as we go into PowerPoint. It's a presentation aid. It helps you put together really fantastic looking presentations, but it's not your presentation. You are the presentation. PowerPoint helps you give the presentation. So, we're moving into week 7. One big thing I want to put on your plate right now. Things are going to get a little compressed in week 8. We're going to talk about that time frame in the Wednesday video. So please, as you're kind of, this time next week will be week 8. This week we go through as you start thinking about the week after that. Keep in mind, deadlines are going to be changed. It's not just going to be everything due on a Sunday. It's going to be staggered out through the week. So we'll talk about that more later. Folks, as always, if you need me, please reach out. I'm available via email. Beyond that, I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a great week.